So there's two parts to this comment here. It's from a mortgage broker who's a sister, and her name is Cheyenne. So more than likely she's a fellow Jamaican. So I'm gonna take the time to read both parts of this comment. The first part's above my head, and the second part's on my laptop, which you can't see. Qualified mortgage broker here. Making overpayments can be extremely beneficial as it cuts the amount of interest over time and money you owe. That's the first part that you can see above my head. The second part's on my laptop. Also, overpayments will either reduce the term and maintain the same monthly payments, or it will just reduce monthly payments. What she's saying is correct. It's the realest truth. But that's if you want to play it safe. I don't want to play it safe. I want to use leverage to get rich. I want to use leverage so that I can retire in the next 15 years. So yeah, what she's saying is correct. But I'm not going to go down that route. I'm not making overpayments. I'm going to use leverage so that I can buy more and more properties. All of these guys that I mentioned in the previous video, Rob Moore, Samuel Leeds, Ahmed Khan, the reason why they've got a property portfolio of in the millions and that is because they use the game of leverage. None of them, I promise you, I don't even need them to admit it or say it. I know none of them have made overpayments on their properties and that. There's no point. There's no point. Anyone that truly knows about using leverage and embracing good debt, not bad debt. Yeah, what's bad debt? Bad debt is running up credit card bills, leasing Mercedes and that, and spending money that you're not supposed to spend and that. That's bad debt. Good debt is using leverage. Everyone does it. All of these businesses, yeah, that you purchase from, all these businesses that you walk past in the street and that, all of these properties that you walk past, everyone uses good debt to get what they need. And that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, just on your street, whoever's watching this right now, yeah, you can walk down the end of your road, yeah, you're walking past millions on millions or millions of debt, blood. Yeah. Obviously, you can over leverage and that and mess up the whole thing and that. But if you're smart with it and you're sensible and that, you can make a lot of money from property and that. None of those guys that I mentioned, Ahmed Khan, Rob Moore, and all them things, all them man there, Samuel Leeds and that. I promise you, I guarantee you, yeah, they're not afraid of good debt. Yeah, they're not afraid of good debt. So yeah, what she's saying is 100% true. What she's saying is 100% correct and that. But I feel like mortgage brokers, they're trained to tell people certain stuff and they start to believe it themselves, innit? Yeah. So obviously, my girl's a mortgage broker, and I overheard her say a few times to some of her clients and that, yeah, obviously one option is to make overpayments and that, so you can obviously reduce your mortgage and whatnot and that. But my girls even said to me, you know what, yeah, when I was first doing this job, I believed, yeah, making overpayments is the way forward and that. But what you've said to me and shown me, Jay, because I'm not a mortgage broker, but what I've said to her and shown her, she's like, nah, you know what, you're right, you know, forget making overpayments and that. If anything, use that money to put towards another property and just go down the route and the game of doing leverage and that. You see all these people that want to make overpayments and that, they will never leverage, you know. They will never leverage. It's counterintuitive to their plan of making overpayments and that. I was even talking to my girl about 30 minutes ago before she went up. I was saying, yeah, you know my first buy-to-let property, yeah, because obviously I got one house and 3 flats and that. But my first buy-to-let property, which is my first flat, which is my second property, yeah. Try not to confuse you lot, but basically my first flat, which is my second property, is a buy-to-let. I'm saying like, yeah, obviously man bought it for 105 in 2021, yeah. It's 2024 now. I'm thinking like, yeah, it should be worth about probably 130 or something like that. I might need to get this thing revalued and that, or get it evaluated so that I can refinance it and pull out like 20 grand and that. That's how man's thinking and that. Anyone that's thinking about making overpayments or is in that sort of mindset, because obviously it's interest only, so you can't make overpayments and that. But anyone who's in that sort of mindset, like, oh, keep your debts as low as possible and that, they're not going to think, oh, my mortgage at the moment is like, I think 257 or something like that. I'm not going to increase it to £400 and that. Why not? Why not? When you can pull out 20 grand and then go and put that towards another property that will bring you back a profit of £300, £400, £500 a month. Come on, man, you lot got to think about this thing, man. Like, yeah, it's all well and good making overpayments and that, and yeah, it's all well and good cutting down your mortgage from 25 to 15 years and that. And okay, in 15 years' time, you're going to be mortgage free. Congratulations, my brother. Congratulations, my sister. You don't have to pay £1,000 towards your mortgage. Then what? The only way to become financially free is not by cutting down your direct debits, you know, is by having money on money on money, multiple streams of income coming in. Right now, I'm not saying I'm financially free now, but man's got multiple streams of income coming in, not just from obviously the property thing, and that's where the most of the money's coming in for. But just look on YouTube and whatnot, you know, doing mentoring sessions, and that's the way to become financially free. Because at the end of the day, as long as you're a human being, you're gonna have things to pay for. What they say in life, there's two things that's guaranteed: death and taxes. Yeah, that's the realest truth. So I'm not gonna ever go down the route of playing it safe and making overpayments and that, because I believe in leveraging more good debt, I don't want to say bad debt, more and more debt, so that I can buy more and more properties and that. So that's what I'm gonna do. I've already borrowed against this house, pulled out a lot of money. Now I'm sitting on money, I can buy another property. But what I'm gonna do with the money that I've pulled out and that, I'm gonna convert this house into 2 separate flats. You see, someone who didn't have the mindset of trying to expand and build their portfolio, they would never think about converting their house into 2 separate flats. Because they will think, well, I'm going to be paying extra, and now I've got two extra mortgages, because obviously this one house becomes 2 separate entities. So now I've got 2 mortgages and that. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Blood. This is how you make money off of property. This is how you make money off of property. Everyone that has multiple properties, 5, 10, 15, 20 properties and that, they all play the same fucking game. It's just obviously some people, they might over leverage or whatever, and I ain't going to do that. I'm sensible, man. So, yeah, what she's saying is 100% true. If you want to play it safe, I don't want to play it safe. We have been trained as human beings, yeah, to go down the path of least resistance and play it as safe as possible. I remember when I stood in my living room, I was talking to the woman on the Santander mortgage side of things and that, chatting to the woman, talking about borrowing against the property and that. This was about 2.5, 3 years ago. And she was like, well, why don't you just wait until your term's up for renewal and then do the additional borrowing and that, so you don't have to pay the early redemption charge. I said, what? I said, nah, man, I want to do it now and that. Anyway, now almost 3 years did come up. Yeah, the time almost did lapse. And I did, it took me almost 3 years to get the money and that. But still, it's still the mindset. Yeah, so I had to wait 3 years to do the refinance and that, almost 3 years to do the refinance and that. But it's the mindset. I'm not gonna sit and wait purposely 3 years so that I don't have to pay no early redemption charge. Obviously, I'm probably speaking another language to you lot about early redemption charge and all these different things and that. But yeah, early redemption charge is a charge that you have to pay. Let's say you're on a 3-year term and you want to pay off the mortgage within within 2 years and that. There's an early repayment charge that you have to pay and that. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah, this is the reason why I'm sitting on 4 properties and that now, because I've got the mindset of expansion. When you got the mindset of making overpayments and that, you're not looking to expand. If you're not looking to expand, then you're not looking to be financially free or, you know, wealthy in the long run. So that's what man's doing, man.